Countrywide is one of the real estate and financial corporations. It's not a real estate corporation. It's a financial corporation that caused the mortgage meltdown that we saw in the subprime market in the first place. And you know what? To be fair, they suffered some of the consequences. In 2007, they had to take a loss of $704 million. And then eventually, they were in such bad financial shape that they had to wind up selling themselves, and they were acquired by Bank of America Corporation. Hey, look, they had it coming, right? Because they screwed up this subprime mortgage situation. All right, so fair enough. You see, the market works nicely. We live in a capitalist society. Everybody's happy. Markets worked. Here's the problem. A security filing shows that Countrywide's financial corporation CEO, Angelo Muzzillo, earned about $10.8 million in total compensation and cashed out $121.5 million in stock options last year. So in total, the CEO of Countrywide that lost $704 million last year took home $132 million. What happened, man? I thought we lived in a capitalist country. I love being a capitalist. How does a CEO who lost $704 million for his company get rewarded by taking home $132 million? That's not how the markets are supposed to work. You're supposed to get compensated for doing well, not for doing poorly. No. This system is rigged, and it's all wrong right now. It's a circle of people that put each other's friends on the boards of these companies, and then they elect a CEO among themselves, and everybody gets paid except the customers, the clients, and the stockholders. If I'm a shareholder in these companies, and you just lost me a lot of money, and you're going to take home $132 million after you lost me half of my investment, or sometimes all of their investment? You've got to be kidding me. How do they allow this? Now, there's something wrong with our system. You know what could help to fix it? I wish we had an organization that was kind of a fair broker and that set rules and regulations so that people couldn't rip others off. What would we call that? Oh, right, we'd call it a government. A government of the people, by the people, for the people. To look out for the people. I wish we had one of those. Could come in awfully handy. The government is supposed to come in here and say, look, you have to have a system in place that'll make sure that the CEO gets compensated in a way that is fair to the shareholders. I mean, put the rest of society aside. Put taxes aside. Put Democrats or Republicans, all that stuff aside. If I'm a shareholder in that company, I've got to get some sort of fair treatment. If the rules are set up so that the guys at the top always win and always take home hundreds of millions of dollars, and I lose my shirt, well, I'm not interested in those rules. Those rules are wrong. And then the other effect that's going to have is that people begin to lose faith in the system, and they don't believe the markets work right. And that doesn't help anybody. You've got to have government that makes proper regulations, not over-regulation, but enough regulation so that this doesn't happen. And there's no one in the world that can justify a CEO so grossly incompetent that he nearly sinks his company, puts the whole U.S. and world economy in danger through his actions, loses $704 million for his company, and cashes out with $132 million to reward him for it. That's insane and inexcusable. This world is upside down, man.